Okay, so 10, the first number was 2, the second was 6, and our third number is what?
14.
No, plus
10.
4. 6
Four.
plus, yeah, 10,
14. That's
then
nice.
and 14. So 3 and girls? 3 and 10 and 4 and 14. So what does this, if you connected the dots, what do we get?
Line.
A line. Very good. So describe the relationship. It is linear.
On number 9, 19 plus 3 is 22.
You are correct. I didn't add very well. Thank you. Okay, any questions on 7 through 9?
She has the answers on the board.
Okay. Geometric. So, geometric sequence is, we're going to find out, is when we multiply. So, 1 times what is 6? 6, and 2 times 6 is 12. 3 times 6 is 24. 4 times 6 is 48. But what 6 times what is 12? Sorry. Is 2. So we have, record the total numbers of members. We have 6, 12, 24, and 48. What is the pattern? So we're multiplying by what?
6.
Yes and no. So we are multiplying 1 by 6, but what can we multiply 6 by to get 12? 2. And 2 times 12 is 24. So we're multiplying by 2 to the other number. So if the pattern continues, what's week 5 going to be? 96. Very good. Which is 2 times 48.
How does that make sense? You basically multiplying by 6.
But
The pattern has
What-
to stay the same, does it not?
so what's 4 times 6? 3 times 6 is,
4 times 6 is 24.
3 times, yeah.
yeah, 4 times 6 is 24, so we're off. But if we
So
double
stay the
it,
same. That's what
so we multiply by 6 the first 2, but then it stops, the pattern doesn't continue. 3 times 6 is 18, not 24.
Why doesn't it stay the same?
Because that's not the pattern. It's not multiplying by 6, we are doubling it. So it doesn't, that's why it's not linear. If it was constant, if it stayed the same, it would be linear. But it's not. Okay, so a list of members represents a geometric sequence. Geometric. Describe below a sequence where the ratio, girls, between consecutive terms is constant. This constant is a ratio between terms is called the common ratio.
Let me guess, we're doing 1, 2, 3.
Okay, so this is number 1. I started using 1 as the number. So 2, 8, 32. So 2 times what is 8?
4.
4. And 4 times 8 is 32. And what's 4 times 1, 28?
512.
Very good. Okay, so number 2, are we're multiplying. Are we going up or are we going down?
Are we dividing by 2?
Dividing by 2. So if we divide by 2, what do we multiply by?
2.
Hmm? No.
-2.
Not negative. It's a fraction. So if we're dividing- 1/2. Very good. We're multiplying by 1/2. So if you divide by 2, you're going to multiply by 1/2. So what's half of 8?
4.
4. That's our sixth term. So when you see negative, positive, negative, and the next one's going to be positive, you have to multiply by a negative number. Okay, so your ratio is going to be negative. So for me, I like to think of it, now I'll look at the numbers, just look at it as 1, 5, and 25. Disregard the fact that there's negatives. So 1 times what is 5?
5.
5. And 5 times 5 is 25. So our ratio is going to be -5. So why do we have a positive number, then a negative, and a positive, then a negative?
Because it's multiplied by a positive the next time.
Yeah. So a negative and a negative give you a positive, and then a positive times a negative, you go back to being negative. So a sub 4, our fourth term, is going to be positive or negative?
Positive.
Positive. And if you had 5 quarters, you would have $1.25, so that'd be 1.25.
Did your other class get through this?
No. First period is always my slower because I'm slower. So number 4. So our first term is what? 2. Our first term is 2. Our ratio is 5, so we're going to do what with the 5? Add
Multiply
it?
by it.
Multiply. So
So
2
it's
times 10 times 5 again is 50. Times 5 again is 250. And
7 May.
and we'll skip that. Okay, so any term of a geometric sequence can be found by multiplying the previous term by the common ratio. This is represented by the recursive formula as shown to the right. So you have recursive and geometric sequence. So this is your previous, a sub n minus 1 is your previous term. So for example, we put in 50 and then we multiply times 5. So you put in 10, multiply times 5 to get the 50. You put in the 50 times 5 to get the 250. And then the R is the common ratio. So, and this function notation is the same. This is your previous term. And the R is your common ratio. So, using the recursive formula at the right to answer A through C. So, what's our first term?
One. I'm confused on what we're
So, A sub 1 would be your first term, and A sub 1
Wait, what are we
equals
using?
A sub the box. Okay.
So it's 4.
4. So A sub 1, your first term is 4. And the common ratio is 3. So list the first 4. So we have 4, and 3 times 4 is 12.
I want my pencils, bro.
times 3 is 36 times 3 is
108.
beautiful.
Wait, don't flip the page. My pencil broke. Okay. More than geometric simplex stuff. Dude, I'm freezing. I'm also soaked because I ran to the rain, but I'm freezing right now.
Turn the heat up. Okay, so
I hate this morning.
we're going to do 9, 11, and 12 together, and I'll leave you the rest on your own. So let's start with 9.
Hey, 12.
So 9, Gabe wrote the recursive formula shown. So look at his formula, and is it correct?
No.
No. So what's wrong with it? So we're on number 9. What is, so we have started with -3. What is -2 times -3? Positive 6. So what should our ratio be? Positive 2. So his error, so the ratio
Should be positive 2.
should be, yeah, should be 2, not -2. Number 11. Okay, so what's our first term? F of 1 is what?
5.
5. Okay, and what are we doing to it? Multiplying by 2.
10.
Uh-huh. And our next one would be
20.
20. And that's 3. We need 2 more.
40.
And
80.
80. So 1 is 5. And 2 is 10. 3 is 20. 4 is 40. And 5 is 80. So, does it make a line?
Nope.
No. It is
Curved.
curved, and it's going to continue to go up. And it is exponential. And the formula reminder for exponential is y equals a times b raised to the x. And b is our rate, and a is typically your y-intercept or your starting point. So summarize the difference between geometric and arithmetic sequence. So arithmetic sequence has a common difference. And is what kind of function? Linear, quadratic, or linear? Geometric also has a common what?
Ratio.
Very good. And represents a exponential. So that leaves you 6 through 8, 10, and number 13 to finish up.